Yo, what up? Oh man, that's probably a little loud. I think I peaked on the monitor. Let me turn that down a little bit. That better? That's probably pretty good. Yeah, trying this old ass headset I just found since the Turtle Beach didn't want to work. She's old. But yeah, going to play Flight Sim for the first time in a long time with the HOTAS Warthog hooked up. Tested a bunch of stuff on it last night. Seemed to work. Did a couple touch and goes. Didn't die. That was great. It was fantastic. So happy about that. So I'm gonna do a little role playing here since the A-10s are in the news. All their squadrons are getting retired. Super, super sad. Definitely one of my favorite planes. I love that plane. Cool noise, cool engines, a lot of history. I went to college in Long Island, right by where Republic Aviation, whatever it was called, uh, used to make these things. It was very, very cool. Seen them at air shows growing up. Saw one recently in upstate New York, a couple years ago. Such a cool plane. Even wrote a campaign for an A-10A in the old pre-DCS Lomac days. Yeah, and she's getting retired. So, decided to do a little role playing and figured if they're being retired, a guy can buy an old Sea Harrier from the British government. I'm going to buy an old A-10, A-10C. Picked the 107th Fighter Squadron out of Michigan, Selfridge. They're fairly close to home, so that'll be a not super long ferry flight back to upstate New York, where I am pretend based. um, but yeah, 107th. This is looked into it a little bit. This is very, very cool. This is one of the oldest flight squadrons ever. Um, really cool history. Origins, 1917, 107th Aero Squadron. Wow. We're not going to go through this whole thing, but a lot of cool history. Yep, they're the Red Devils? Is that what this is? Yeah, I think so. Something like that. I don't know. Not very good at this. Um, let's see what kind of planes they flew. Observation planes? F6 Mustangs? I don't even know what that is. Oh. Hmm. Yep, and they're an Air National Guard base. Oh, they had the old Corsairs. Very cool. F-84 Thunderjets. Look at this thing. Republic plane. 2005, they switched from F-16s to A-10s. And they're going to have the new F-15EX. Very cool. The Advanced Eagle. That's cool. Yeah, so even more modern F-15E, dual seat, air to ground, multi-role. Such a cool plane. Yeah, I'm gonna buy one of these off of them. Well, first thing we gotta do is learn how to fly it. I learned how to turn it on yesterday. It was a little sketchy. Got some key binding things hooked up a little bit. A little better today. Let's go listen into my favorite flight instructor here, Mr. P. Gatcombe on YouTube. And for the next 20 minutes, yeah, teach me how to fly this thing. We're gonna get in it, turn it on, do 5 touch and goes, see if I can get the hang of it. Then after that, hook up the Beyond A-10C app, do an IFR back to Rome, New York, park it, see how this goes. All right.
Hello everyone. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the A-10C, the lovely Fairchild Republic aircraft that's been part of my flight everything for a very, very, very long time. And the incredible thing is they even modeled the gun camera lens.
Nah, my model has a gun.
So first things first, when you climb aboard this thing, it's important to know this is not a DCS quality module. Yes, we are here at Nellis Air Force Base, for those of you keeping score, but it is important to realize that a lot of the things you might be used to pushing are just not there. Like you'll actually hold your mouse over this button. What's this one do? It'll just say in up. Maybe in the future we're going to get that functionality, but for now, this thing's pretty basic. It'll definitely fly around for those of you who like being in VR. I really enjoy this aircraft in VR because it's stupid maneuverable. It's got that nice straight wing, and there is absolutely no payload on this thing, which makes it a lot easier. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking off from lovely Nellis Air Force Base and flying up to Creech Air Force Base. I've modified my start location so the runway is right there to make my life a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and run you through the motion, shall we? First things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come wandering down here. I find this very interesting that if you grab this guy and actually crank this, you can see the different levels of fuel on board. For example, I can see I've got about 4,000 pounds per side exterior wing. My exterior center tank is holding about 4,000 pounds as well. We are a heavy airplane. And of course, if I want to, you can pop on int and see our total internal fuel, which is plenty. We've got about 11,000 pounds of fuel just internally on this aircraft, and popping it to main, you can see that as well. What we're going to do now is we're going to come down here and find the battery switch. It's located right here. We're going to pop that on real quick. That makes our life a little bit easier. We're going to pop on the standby inverter, and while that's going, I'm actually going to reach over here and pop on the APU start right there. Let's kind of get that thing spinning. We do have an APU gauge here as well as an EGT gauge for it, and you'll probably observe the fact that these two are basically in sync with each other. Yeah, we know it's not going to do that in the real world, but hey, at least we know if it's running. Next, what I like to do is I like to float back here, and it's kind of hard to see. So one of the things you'll notice is there's actually an adjustment here where if you click on this, you can turn on your lights. And the cool thing here is you have panel lighting here. If you turn that on, it makes it easier. You've got your console light, which makes it way, way easier to see what you're doing. And then there is this really fun one. If you turn this one on, it turns on your helmet mounted sight. Yay! That's really cool, actually. I like that. We'll turn the helmet mounted sight on a little later on. With that taken out, it's nice and simple. We can hear the APU fired up here. I can actually come over here and turn this power on to the APU. That's going to get us plenty of juice, giving us some time to basically run around and hit kind of our last set of switches. Another thing I want to do too on this side is I want to let everybody know that we're over here. So I'm going to turn on my anti-collision light, which is going to get flashing up on the tail there. And now notice how easy it is to read. Now your instrument displays, you can adjust their brightness too. There's a day and a night mode. So basically, if you grab this thing and give it a crank, you can kind of really crank it brighter or lighter. Personally, I like to make it so I can see it, but obviously I don't want to blind myself with it. Same one on this side, you can see there's a day-night switch, and you can fiddle with this quite a bit. It seems to have like a brightness and like a contrast thing going on. One thing worth noting, though, is these are simplified. I'm just trying to be nice to the people who developed it because this thing's so cool. You basically have 2 screens. That's it. You can't push the middle one. You can't push these or anything like that. And believe it or not, on our TAD, which is basically our HSI, there's enough detail on here to get you out of trouble, but just keep in mind, this is a relatively simplified avionics compared to probably what you're used to. So while the APUs are running there, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to float down here. We have a CDU as well as a kind of like an FMS key is the best way to describe this thing. It's pretty basic. Not a bad thing, but it's just simple. They try to keep it simple, which I'm okay with simple. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and apparently I'm out of oxygen. I forgot to put some in this morning. My bad. We'll fix that in a minute. So I'm going to come over to FPM, and that's going to be our init page, and we're going to dial where we're going to. So in this case, we're going to be coming from KLSV. I get that wrong every time. Sierra Victa. We're going to press the slash right here, and we're simply going to dial in our destination, which is going to be Kins. Like I said, it's Creech Air Force Base there. KNS, good to go. That's perfect. Click right here. It's going to ask me, do you want to do a flight plan? No. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set in our cost index. I don't understand why there'd be a cost index and not an A10, but why not? And of course, we can dial in our cruise flight level too if we wanted to. Like if we want to do 8,500 feet, we can just pop that in there right there, and it's pretty much all set to go. And that's about as much fun as you can have on this particular device. We can adjust its brightness if you needed to. All those buttons are there. There's no like next page button or anything like that. You can see that button is disabled. If I did want to go to like a specific waypoint, I could come in here and dial it in. If you are hardcore and you really, really want to be using this, one of the things I actually recommend doing is actually coming in here, and when you build your flight plan, you can actually build it And then one of the buttons you have here is to send it to the avionics of the aircraft. This is an awesome way to basically get this stuff loaded so you don't have to sit here and fiddle it with it yourself. So with that out of the way, it's going to be a good idea to get our engines rolling. So if I come over on this side, it's pretty simplified compared to the way it would be like over in DCS, but I don't mind that. I think it actually makes it easier. We have a set of 4 boost pumps. We're just going to make sure each one of those pumps is in the on position. Looks good to me. Crossfeed should be off. Gate should be off. And what we're going to do is normally what you'd have to do is engage the thing once it gets to a certain RPM. Is you'd have to click this over this little hump here. You can actually see the diagram here on the right. I'm not going to do that. I'm simply going to go click, click, just like that. And what it will do is it will start both of our engines together. Now, one of the things I find very interesting here is you have a couple different engine instrument gauges, which makes this a little bit unique of an aircraft. There are noises happening behind me. You can actually jump to the rear view here, and you can see very clearly the 2 engines are happily sucking themselves onto life here. This one would be normally your N2. This would be your N1 speed if you're looking for something specific here. You can see our fuel flow suddenly twitched, which means we do have ignition, which is a good thing for us. And of course, you'll watch everything slowly start spooling up. Again, our percent RPM should have come up a very long time ago. We'll probably be sitting at about 35, 40 right now. I'm not 100% sure why they chose to model it that way. Also, oil pressure's coming up, which is good. Fuel flow's going up. Fan speed, which is like, again, we're turbofans on a fighter. Yes, I know we're not a fighter or an attack, but you know what I mean. Good time, of course, to set your barometric pressures and all that if you have not done so already. You can also see that our new course is actually generated on our handy-dandy little pad here to make it a little bit easier for us to see where we're going. Obviously, we could run through the whole fun process of hitting all these different switches to like pretend we're going through the motions of like arming things. There's a master arm, but the reality is none of that's going to work. Like I said, we're a flying experience with this aircraft. One of the things I was fiddling with, of course, is trying to get this brighter. I was a little disappointed. We have a little intensity gauge. This is what you'd be using for it. And of course, like you can see, it doesn't really tweak. That's okay, though, because we can always come down here and we can actually pop on our helmet-mounted sight, which looks like this. In the real world, of course, when you move your head here, the helmet-mounted sight would appear. When I move my head here, it would immediately vanish, and basically the heads-up display would show whatever data that we're looking at. Helmet-mounted sight's pretty straightforward. Of course, you can see our direction that we're facing here, our direction the airplane's facing right here. Airspeed's on the left, you have altitude on the right, selected altitude. Over here on this side, you've got your angle of attack, Mach number, G-force, and of course you have a little reference. In the real world, what I could do is I could look at that tree and be like, hey teammate, look, there's a tree over there. And just like that. So what we're going to do is give the engines a quick little blast just to make sure they spool properly. Delightful. Let's go pop on the generators. And now that the generators are on, we can take off the APU generators, give them a little blast, make sure they're working, and we're just going to go ahead and pop off APU. Just like that, we should have a running engine. Nice. Everything is running smoothly. At this point, we're going to come down here. We're going to arm our stability control. They also have the automatic pilot on here. That's basically what this button does. I recommend just having a button and a keyboard for it. Basically, you have path hold, you have altitude heading mode, and you have altitude mode. Let's take a look at these all once we get in the air. And of course, if you did need to use the radio, you can come down here at any time and basically use these knobs to change what station you're on. If we want to go to 125, we can just use that knob just like that. Say 125.5. We could dial in it just like that and be pretty much ready to rock. Last thing we need to do in this aircraft, of course, is get our flaps ready for takeoff. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in 2 clicks of flaps, just like that. And I think I'm going to rotate down on their own. You can see your flap indicator over on this side. We also have anti-skid. Always a nice thing to have in the event that you have to lock up your brakes on a landing. There are times when you do not want anti-skid. And there's one more little detail that they did not include on this one, and that's the fact that we have this little switch here for nose wheel steering. We don't actually have to worry about that on this one. You can just basically just point your nose where you want with your rudder pedals without a lot of consequences. All right, let's get rolling. So I'm going to go take off the parking brake, and we're going to give it a little bit of power. And remember, we are in maximum airshow configuration right now. What I'm saying by that is the fact that our aircraft is extraordinarily light. Even though we have almost 20,000 pounds of fuel, you recognize the external tanks, by the way, right? Even though we have that much fuel on board, this thing is just going to want to go. It just has very, very little drag. You know, they modeled it with very little drag, which is, it's cool. It makes for a really fun fighter jet. It doesn't make for an A-10. Let's go ahead and taxi ourselves onto the runway here. I'll line up with a good old-fashioned runway 3 left there. And kick it off for just a little bit. I'm going to hold the brakes. All right, we are turbo fans, so we want to make sure we're at full power before we do anything stupid, like pull back early or pull back late or any of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and apply power, about 3/4. Hear how long they take to spool up? We're looking for 140 knots. And on the gear lever. off we go. We're going to hold that nose up fairly steep here. Fairly steep, fairly steep. Like I told you, this thing has no drag. Landing gear come up, flaps come up. We're going to let the nose sink a little bit. And we're going to go pull the power back. Now, if this were a DCS version of the A-10, we would not be doing 250 knots right now. We'd be lucky if we're doing 210. So, not that it's exaggerated, but it's definitely sped up. So, one of the things you probably observe is as I move around here, you can see on my heads-up display, there are a couple little details that have appeared. Try to zoom in about as best as I can there, including that lovely one that's giving me some information. You've got the 290 and you've got 37.8. So one of the things I'll observe here is if you look really carefully right where my crosshair is pointed, does everybody see that little marker right there? That is giving me an indication of the direction that I need to travel. So as I slowly move in this direction, you can see that I have a selected direction of 0, 0, 0. Now this is where everybody gets very confused. That selected direction of 0, 0, 0 is the heading selected direction. It's not the direction of the waypoint. But this is actually showing it right here is where we actually need to fly for the purposes of getting to the selected waypoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and execute a gentle left turn here. Now watch what happens as we start to kind of migrate in this direction. What you'll observe is this heading here, the 285, where we need to go to get to our destination, is going to slowly change because obviously I'm not pointing at it. But the other thing you'll observe is it'll actually appear on the ground as something we can actually see. And that's one of the things I actually really like about an A-10 here. About let's call about 50% throttle. Again, I'm zoomed in aggressively so you can see it. We don't get that on the helmet-mounted sight, which is kind of a shame because the A-10's helmet-mounted sight is fabulous. And as I pull myself out of this turn real quickly here, you can see very clearly that my destination is right over there on the other side of that mountain. Isn't that really cool how it does that? So if you're in bad conditions or something, it makes it so you can still actually see where you're going. You can actually center yourself up with it really, really effectively. Again, I'll give myself a little bit of upturn here to make this a little bit easier with flight. Oh boy, come on A-10, you're not fly-by-wire, you're conventional. Don't even pretend to be fly-by-wire. A couple more things you'll notice on the right-hand side here. You can see the distance to our waypoint, you can see the time to our waypoint, and of course you can see the time of arrival at the waypoint, which I think is wild. Now here's where things get kind of interesting. If I were to activate my autopilot master and let go, what you'll observe is the aircraft puts itself into immediate dive. Now if I pull it back up and sort of stabilize myself, I'll fix everything I did, and then come back down again, you'll notice that one of the switches here was not armed. You have the radar altimeter here, which is a nice thing to do. You'll notice if I push the master arm and engage, again, nothing happens, and the aircraft will simply fall because they haven't modeled that particular component yet. So if you are wondering why it seems to be having some issues with you, that would be why. Now, when it comes to navigation, navigation could be easier in this aircraft. I'm actually going to pop off the helmet-mounted sight for a second here and make my life a little bit easier. There we go. Now we can actually see what I'm talking about. So one of the things you'll notice here on our lovely TAD here is you can see the course we have selected right along the side, as well as our heading selected, and as well as our current position. So we're about to clear that mountain pass right there. And the crazy thing is you can actually follow that route directly if you need to. Now, another feature we have, which is really handy, let me freeze myself mid-flight here, ignore the sounds. If I were to hide this now, you would notice that we have a standard HSI here, which is actually providing us what we want. Remember when I mentioned that selected heading was there? This is the tool you can use to actually adjust that, so if you want to set your selected heading to be exactly the same as basically your course you'd like to travel on. Now, the crazy thing is these buttons are all very, very, very important, including this one, which will basically allow you to control where we're getting our steering information. If I hit that particular one, you can see everything does that little happy twitch there. That's because we're switching between our TACAN as well as our regular HSI, which is going to be providing us with that directional information. Not HSI, our GPS, basically. So we'll give this thing some power and we'll be on our way. Now, normally with this A-10, we have a tremendous amount of drag. It is very, very challenging to get this aircraft to get up to about 300. Like, you'd be standing on full power for like the first half of the flight, basically. But one of the things you'll observe is if I kick it up to full power, this thing very easily will exceed 300 knots. That's pretty impressive for an attack plane. Just kidding. I think you have the idea. So it can be a very quick plane, especially if you're flying it just to kind of tool around and do your normal flying sort of thing, which is something I enjoy to do quite a bit. Like I it's just enjoyable flying. So I know, of course, our destination is right off over the nose there. It's about 23 miles. I just love this heads-up display. I find this fantastically simple to operate. You can just look right at it in an instant and know exactly where you need to kind of turn in order to get where you need to go. Again, I can gently swing over in that direction, get myself all relined up just like that. You can also see that the two horizontal vertical bars have reappeared to basically show my selected heading, but I know that my destination is going to be up there. So let's fast forward to where we get there. Ah, there we are. There is our destination, just like I predicted. As you'll notice, depending on your head position is going to determine where that square actually ends up. And of course, the square should be at the middle of that airbase. Should be something like that, but they haven't quite finished the calculations for that. So we've reached our destination. It's now time to go ahead and head back down to the ground. It's relatively easy with this aircraft. In the real one, it has so much drag, you can basically pull the throttle back a little tiny bit and just let the nose get heavy on you and just guide it right in. Landing this aircraft is a pretty easy experience, unless you are very, very heavy and loaded like we are. You'll probably notice we're still at 19,000 pounds. We're at F-15 level fuel capacity right now, just to give you an idea. One of the things you have to remember is because this is a straight wing plane, is that your feet are going to matter. So when you're taking your turns, you have to be very extra careful to basically coordinate. So what I'm going to do here is if I take a look down here, you have a pretty good look of my little airbase here. There's good old-fashioned Creech. And we're going to be landing right there. You can see runway 26 is looking pretty large and in charge. When we took off today, of course, we took off the other direction, but the wind shifted a little bit, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So as we come by here, one of the things we can do, which I love about this plane, is the classic overhead approach, where basically we're going to do a big tight circle and dirty up the plane for the purposes of landing. I'm going to execute my left turn. Don't forget to be using your feet. We're going to give it a tug, and you're going to hear some wind noises. And then they're going to hear some beeping. A single beep simply refers to the fact that you're getting low, or you're getting basically a high angle of attack. The double beep is you're already stalling, stop goofing around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my left wing right on the end of the wing. Runway there. I'll come swing around pretty high up. Speed brakes in the real A-10 are very, very, very effective. There we go. Go ahead and go straighten out right there. Again, don't forget to use your feet as you're coming back out. And we're basically going to drag our down. It's very tempting to basically arc around right now and come flying in. But trust me, this thing just does not have the drag. So one of the things I will do to help me out with landing a little bit is I will flip my helmet mounted sight back on. You don't have to leave it on all the time, but it does make it a little bit easier to see my approaching speed, even though this is not an issue of speed. I'll show you what I mean. All right, under 200 knots, we're going to go ahead and dirty up the airplane. Dirty, dirty airplane. We got a click of flaps in. We're going to bring in that second click of flaps. They don't go down that fast in the real world. And I love this. You can look out the window, and you can basically see what your speed is as you start coming around, just like that. Delightful. So you can see it's about 160 knots. Now we're starting to get a little fast. I'm actually going to bring the nose up because we're getting too fast. Combined, we are at idle throttle right now. I would mention this thing definitely is does not have enough drag. So one of the cool tricks here is I will never be able to get this plane on the ground, so I'm actually going to slip the plane. Yes, you can slip a military aircraft. You can't even slip an A-10 kind of a thing like that. It's weird, just not feeling it. Like I said, without the speed brakes that they've modeled, it makes it a little more challenging. So we're just going to fly the plane sideways. One of the things I appreciate here is I can just peek up this little side here. Tough to do in some other planes. And I'm just going to use that as my reference point. And I'm already in a position where this flight is now untenable. So what I'm going to do is give it full throttle. I'm going to bring up my flap here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up my flaps gently. And I'm going to go ahead and climb out at about 250 knots. Now, if I tried to force that landing, this aircraft never would have been able to stop in the length of the runway. That is just the quirk of this particular model. So I'm going to go bring us around again with a lower approach. All right, that was fun. So landing this aircraft, relatively straightforward. Like I said, that speed control, it was critical that you make that decision to go around early. We're looking usually between 135 and 145 during a typical approach, but we are pretty darn heavy. The better really method to land this thing is if you look right there, see a little green circle? You'll notice if I pull back, it turns into that. You'll notice if I push forward, you'll see it turns into that. Your goal is to try to keep that as a green circle during your length of approach. You don't even need to pay attention to yourself. You just need to pay attention to the green circle. You can do really silly things like set up here this far. And one of the cool bits is if you take a look at that little circle with the wings on it, you can actually center that on the end of the runway during your approach here like this. And once you have it centered on the runway, you can basically just fly the green circle all the way down. So you can see right now I've got the centered on the end of the runway. I'm doing about 136, which is really good speed actually. And I'm right at the correct angle of attack. And I know that because of that little green circle you have sitting right there. So green circle at the end of the runway, green circle on the left of the screen, you're doing fine. There we go. it's a much safer approach than last time. See, we're starting to get a little slow. I'll let the nose come down a little bit to pick up speed. I don't have to apply throttle. Throttle is really there for up and down. Nose drop down is for speed. There we go. That's all it took. Still a little high here, but that's okay. There we go. You can see I'm centered right on the end of the runway. We're getting a little fast. So again, we can go ahead and give it a little bit of slip. There we are. Over the end of the runway. Straighten out. And basically what you're doing, there's your little float. Again, this aircraft would have slowed down a long time ago. And you'll see that you end up in this little hover, even though we're only about 5 knots fast. And all you're doing is looking to settle the plane on the ground. There we are. Gently apply the brakes. And just like that, we're back. Now, as you can see, like I said, definitely missing some drag. But as long as you recognize the fact that you are missing some drag, it's really not that bad of an airplane to fly. And this actually puts us at a really, really good turnoff here. And remember, we're still carrying 18,000 pounds of fuel on this thing, so you'd expect it to be slightly more, but that's okay. So once you got this thing back on the ground, it's a relatively straightforward process. I'll just have to kind of head over to wherever we would like to end our flight. Shutting down is simply a matter of clicking everything back off. You can go ahead and cut the fuel off right there on your left. And then once that's done, kill the batteries. Good to go. Enjoy.
All right, that was a lot. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. All right, there's a little parking area right here. Screw pre-flight. I don't care about weights. Let's get our 5 TNGs in. Try not to die. That's the point. All right. Here's our November 516 Bravo Romeo, new registry. Yeah, I got no camera. I got no camera in the front. I got a gun. All right. I don't know if there's anything to even click on out here and check. Let's hop in. See if we can do this. That's going to be a problem. I don't want to push back. Can we move this aircraft? There's nobody. There's nobody around. Nobody's here. Okay. Let's hop in. All right. Get her started here. Make sure my normal switches are good. All right. That battery going. All right. I'm going to start up this CPU. Turn on the little nav lights. Forget where they are. This one. Here. Hope you need you today. Sounds like it's working. Yeah, I want to see what I'm doing. Yeah, help. Yep. All right. Got power. Let's talk. Or listen, rather. What you got going on today?
Selfridge Airport Information Uniform, 1300 Zulu, wind 008 at 5, visibility 10, sky condition, few clouds at 5,000, few clouds at 14,200, temperature 19er, dew point 16, altimeter tree 008, LS Yankee runway 01 in use, landing and departing runway 01, VFR aircraft say direction of flight, all aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have uniform.
that little button. Oh, he's hitting something over here. Stuck in my mouse wheel. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. I'll worry about that later when I'm totally confused. Alright. I guess I'll start them up. We got what we need? Yeah, not right way. Here. That's what my little beacon is. Okay. Ready? Ready? Try it out. Oh, I can't see. Oh, north button. There we go. Yeah, that moved. Oh, look at her go. Nice. There's a green button. Yeah, I can't get it without turning off the parking brake. That's pretty cool. Sorry about that later. Number 2. Number 1. But number 2 in order. Moving a little bit. Oh, that moved. There we go. What do you think? What do you think? Hey, we got motors. Hooray. See if they're working. That's power from them motors. They're not very familiar. So you agree? Go. Alright. Black little guy working? Hooray, look at that. That's good. Okay. Ooh, nice and quiet. Alright, uniform said runway 1. What am I screwing up? Probably everything. Let's see. We want that on. So we can turn off our speed and brakes on. Ooh. Okay. Speed looks good. What was that? Flip? Is that working? moved over there. Yeah, that stabilizer, radar altimeter on normal. Oh, what else? I don't know. All right, let's see if uniform's still current there, boss.
Selfridge Airport Information Uniform 1300 Zulu.
I forgot all
Wind
the
008
runways.
at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition few clouds at 500. Temperature 19er. Dew point 16. Altimeter tree 008. LS Yankee runway 01 in use. Landing and departing runway 01. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have uniform.
Okay. I did not look at the airport diagram. I don't know. I'm facing the direction of the runway, so it must be behind me somewhere. Right? No idea. Maybe if I get a look at it with this thing. I'm guessing that would be the range button. Gotta be a range button. Press stuff until something happens, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's there somewhere. Well, I guess, you know, see what happens. Whatever. Uniform, runway 1, 5 touch and goes. Give it a shot.
Selfridge ground, November _5 16 Bravo Romeo with uniform. Request taxi for takeoff. Close traffic.
November _5 16 Bravo Romeo. Taxi to and hold short of runway 01 via taxiway Bravo cross runway 19er Alpha. Contact tower on 120.15 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 01 via taxiway Bravo cross runway 19er Alpha. November _5 16 Bravo Romeo.
Alright, here we go. Scary. Whoa, the brakes working? Okay. Touchy. Alright. A little finger joystick pad. This is probably like the target designator thingy. Yeah. You can use it for viewing with the left hand. Use the mouse all the time. Alpha Bravo cross 19. That's what he said, right? And it kind of looks like parallel taxiway over there or something like that, right? I don't know. Alright, how's she look out there? Oh, you know, I never even looked at my fuel. That's pretty fuel. That's fuel. That's pretty full fuel. Pretty full fuel. I wonder. I should go that way. Oh, I did not do my homework. I got a feeling we should go that way. Not do my homework and understand I did no homework. He said in the video 135 to 145 is your VR, so that's what I'm gonna do. It's a fighter jet. How much can you mess up, right? Got 120 flares. I'll just pop some flares when put myself in trouble here. It's over there somewhere. It's pretty far away. I hope this connects. It looks like it does. Not crossing any runways. So obviously not going the right way. Screw you, buddy. If I had my VR camera on right now, you'd see my middle finger at you. Okay. That's really mean. Really mean. Is a quarry up there? What's going on? Oh boy, this doesn't mean that markings. Straight up concrete tile. Oh well. Could do my flaps, right? Yeah. Okay. Stop messing with my boilers too, right? Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. See what this comes up. Wow. Little radar hole, something like that over there? Whoa. Yeah. Don't need a yellow paint to keep it straight, right? Get barely any rent. What was that, like 008? Zero? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Who cares? Fighter jet. Fighter jet. Who cares? Wind? What's that? No idea. I think we're beyond A-10C. She's screaming at me right now. I mean, it looks like a runway. I don't think there's any old short bars on this side. We're gonna have to play it safe and make our own, I think. Oh my god, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Yeah, this is okay. Off the brakes here. Yeah, a little close enough. Oh boy. There you go. Don't slouch. And switch. Huh? Oh, same frequency, I guess. Alright, let's go.
Selfridge Tower, November _ 5, 16 Bravo Romeo, ready at runway 01. Close traffic.
November _ 5, 16 Bravo Romeo. Altimeter 3008, left closed traffic approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 01.
Cleared for takeoff runway 01. November _ 5, 16 Bravo Romeo.
Here we go. That's a big 01 right there. Military style. Alright, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. God. I'm gonna test any more flight controls. Please. Stand on it. How we doing? What? Why are the flight controls moving the way I look? Oh my god. Gotta fix that quick. Whoop. Okay. What are you doing? What happened? Where's it? Camera. 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 There you are. What's going on here? You should not be doing that. Must have been goofing around. Thought that was the throttle yesterday. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. Oh boy. Here we go. Ready? Steady? Bring her up. Alright. Go. Stand on a gear. Done that. Okay. Yep. Whoa, already 250. Right. Let's see that. What's up? No! That's supposed to be trimmed. Jeez. How did all these controls get messed up? Ah. Working fine yesterday. Oh, because it's on its own new little thing. What the heck? It'd be on A10. What is all this? This wasn't like this yesterday. Alright. Yeah. On both. Why would you do that to me? Oops. How the heck do I... What was I trying to do? Oh yeah, reset the view. How do you do that? Reset view? No. Reset camera. Reset cockpit view. I saw that. Reset fixed camera. Reset cockpit view. It's probably... Let me make sure it's in the camera. Oh, it's a lot of crap. Quick views, upper look. On the zoom. Reset cockpit view. Yeah, it's probably this one. I need a button. How do I have a button? Maybe that button? Oh, it hooked up to something else. G limiter. Not that button. I don't really want to use the nose wheel steering. Out. No, it doesn't work. Hey, that button's not. Almost said. Okay. That'd be a good button. There we go.
November Mission 516 Bravo Romeo. Wind 008 at 5. Clear touch and go, left traffic runway 01.
Cleared for touch and go runway 01. November and square flight 16 Bravo Romeo.
Button unlock. Close door. Record me, buddy. Oh. What? Wow, really muffled. Yeah. Just air brakes. Cheating. Cheating. Oh, down she goes. Look at her. Woo. Settle down. Settle down. Oh, good. Whoa, we bounced. Bounced. You're still bouncing. You're still bouncing. Okay. Hey, sweetheart. Sweetheart. Oh, dear. Relax. Already you're screwed. Chill out, chill out, chill out. What is that, a 16? Power controls. Good. That's good. So what? Perfect. Good boy. Keep flying. Or looking at the line. What's the looking at? Oh. Not too shabby. Looking through the tablet. Oh, sit pretty far. Sit pretty far. Okay. Good boy.
November Vision 516 Bravo Romeo. Wind 008 at 5. Cleared touch and go left traffic runway 01.
Cleared for touch and go runway 01. November underscore 516 Bravo Romeo.
November Division 516 Bravo Romeo. Wind 008 at 5. Cleared touch and go, left traffic runway 01.
Cleared for touch and go runway 01. November underscore 516 Bravo Romeo.
Oh yeah. Why am I not looking at that guy? Green guy. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, way too high. Okay. Not 117, but still okay. Ooh. Yep. Come on. Oh, yeah, flying about. Number 4 blue white one. Not this high. There.
November Division 516 Bravo Romeo. Wind 048 at 7. Cleared touch and go, left traffic runway 01.
Cleared for touch and go runway 01. November underscore 516 Bravo Romeo.
Trying to see how these work. Word? That number?
November Machine 516 Bravo Romeo, Selfridge Tower. Altimeter tree 009er. Fly left traffic runway 01.
Enter left traffic runway 01. November underscore 516 Bravo Romeo.
November Machine 516 Bravo Romeo. Wind 0487. Clear to land runway 01.
Clear to land runway 01. November underscore 516 Bravo Romeo.
Hey, look, I got a little too fast. Oh, I got the mirrors kind of working. Don't worry about this news. It's a good one, right? It's a good one. Remember how I said they would make this a good one? Oh, oh. Ooh. Crappy crap. Good. Sit up. Oh, wrong button. Whoa, we're sinking, we're sinking, we're sinking. Power, power, power. Ooh, we just popped it. Alright. Not stabilized, but what works. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. This longer is worse. Good, good, good. Well, 60 knots. Whew. Survived.
November and defend 516 Bravo Romeo. Turn next taxiway.
Oh my god. Oh, yeah, do that. Whoa. Can't do too many stupid things at once. Oh, I'm hitting my stupid gear light. Not smart. Not for safety.
November and defend 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact ground on 120.15.
120.15. November underscore and 516 Bravo Romeo. Selfridge ground, November underscore and 516 Bravo Romeo.
Wow.
Taxi to parking.
Did it.
November Anderson 516 Bravo Romeo. Taxi to General Aviation parking via Taxiway Bravo.
Taxiing to General Aviation parking using Taxiway Bravo. November underscore and 516 Bravo Romeo.
Yeah, we do it. Because we're fighter jet people. How to do this. Maybe not against ourselves. That wasn't too terrible. I mean, I guess next is figure out how to navigate. Get beyond A-10C will work with us. Carry this thing, you know. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Something like this. What's going on? Get away. Alright. Whew. There's a lot for me. So yeah, that went, I thought that was like a military radar array, a power line on the field. Guess it's not necessarily in a safety area, but I think it'll pass all that stuff, you know. I'm a pro. Listen to me, I'm a pro. So much fuel. Good boy. Good boy. I don't know. Whatever I guess is going to be wrong. So some of the key handles. They would put an edge light. They got no center line. They would do that. As long as they get me where I need to go. Let's see. Oh, I think they want me to park over there. You're marshals now? Yeah, it's not a fighter. You guys, it's like a C-17 or something. Hang up for me. What the heck? What is... Oh, Vito Beat? Rudder shield? That's what that was? Okay. Stop blinding anybody out there. I think this is for the motor. Oh, good. Do it myself. Oh, that was cool. That was cool. Where are my lights? I can never find these things. There we go. Oh. Oh, logo lights. There's the... Wait, those aren't the nav lights. That's the nose illumination. Whatever. Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn off the generators first. That wasn't very nice. Alright. Did it. Alright. Alright. Now let's see if I can get this thing back to New York. I can navigate it all. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Alright. We're going to try and get beyond A-10C going. Make some adjustments here. We're going to turn off A-10C here. Yep. With this, we got to turn off live traffic. I don't want any multiplayer peoples. Oh, the EFB used to have a tie-in for this. Hey, I'm still signed in. Nice. All right. We're actually going to throw this on the second screen. Whoa. Whoa. You're looking at the wrong thing there, buddy. You're looking at the wrong thing there, buddy. Well, that's not gonna work. Whatever. Okay. I would like... Let's see. We need a new plane. The fleet? Looks like it to me. Probably won't have an A-10 on here. Oh, cool. Nice. Let's bring up the old Firefox version here. Flight sim brief, where are you? Boy, oh boy, I don't know what the heck it is. My mic. Where? Flight sim brief, there you go. Well, I did just log in, buddy. Okay. Yeah, let's turn this off here. I want it messing itself up. Yeah, I know my login expired, that's why I just logged in. There we go. Alright. Let's see what we got here for airframes. Do we have a Republic Fairchild A-10? We don't. Crap, I don't know if this is gonna work now. Maybe I'll use a CRJ200. Six PR. Little customized thing here. Oh crap, I don't know any of the weights on this thing. Can I look them up this way? Empty mass. 24959. Max 0 fuel. Don't know. Max landing, max takeoff. Don't know. Max fuel. Pounds. 23075. Max cargo. Don't know. Oh boy. I don't know any of this stuff. Save. It'll be fine or it won't. Okay. Passenger weight. Valid parameter. Skip. 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 Save. Max packs. Guess there's gotta be one, right? Save? Want my weight? Okay, give me my weight, buddy. Max 0 fuel weight. I don't know. Let's do 24949. Max 0 fuel. Oh, well, yeah, it wouldn't be empty weight. I don't know. Does 40,000 do anything? Max takeoff weight. Jeez, I don't know. The fighter jet, who cares? Alright, saved it. I'm sorry, you know, you can't see what I'm doing. If I can do this. Alright. With the A-10. Okay, what's our little airport here? KMTZ. Did I say Z? And we're gonna go to chrome. Okay. Coagulate it. Generate it. There it is. Alright, see if we can bring it in now. Boop, boop. Yeah, there it is. Import. Oh, yeah. Nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. What kind of altitude? 41,000 feet. A little high for this thing. Maybe. I don't know. Wish I knew any of this stuff. I'm going to change that. Actually, I can change that right in here. Boop, 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 boop. Edit. Cruise. Wow, I have not used this in a while. Oh, there's a way to aircraft info. I don't need any of this. Where the heck was it? Oh boy, man, it's been too long. I know there was a way to put it in. Crap. I know there's a way to change it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Crap. Oh, is it here? Let's do. Going to the right, that's odds. Did I do it? Yeah, it did it. Import. Beautiful. Okay. Whoa. Okay. There it is. Alright. Can I get Beyond A-10C working? Been a while. It's not going to be happy. Updated it yesterday. Hey, there you are. Okay. Oh crap, I don't have a push to talk. What the heck would be the push to talk? The mic button. Crap, I looked all this up yesterday. I need a talk button. The one I used for view reset was a good talk button. Crapola. Oh, I didn't need to quit like that. on the joystick. View reset. I'm gonna change you to. See if I use that click. Use that click. Oh yeah, you are right. Oh crap. Camera, cockpit, something. Reset something. And it was reset cockpit view. Beautiful. Okay. Back to you. So I want this input going nowhere. Very good. Okay. Now, push to talk on you. Geez, I can barely see you, bud. Okay, button 5. Perfect. That is you. Okay.
Beyond A-10C connected.
Oh crap, I forgot to load it in administrative mode. Yeah, let me restart you and make sure I do this correctly. Boop-a-doo. Run as administrator. Yep. There you are. Okay. Hope your audio's coming through the right way. Oh yeah. You're supposed to be coming through the input device is that, and the output device is. Oh, I forgot. Oh yeah. You gotta do that in the Windows mixer. Bow. Okay. All right. Choose outputs. How do I customize this? Okay. Now for you, buddy. How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? No, there's a way to do this. The mic is fine. It's the playback. Oh boy. Ah, crap. I really don't remember how to do this. I want you to work with a specific app. Got how to do this. Volume mixer. On A-10C mute. Oh, there's a way to do this. I forgot. Oh, found it, buddy. Output device. Right there. Nailed it. Wow. Okay. Good. Sweet. Caroline. Okay. Connection to SIM. Loading.
Beyond A-10C connected.
Sick. Waiting for player to be ready. Okay, that's me. WillItWork.com. That loaded. Yeah, we don't need no G suit. Blackout at 3 Gs. It's great. Oh my god, it loaded. Boy, oh boy, am I excited. Got how to use this thing too. Hey. My ISP is pissed today. Oh, that's for Rome. Okay. Alrighty. Get some power to this baby here. I don't need a floodlight. Okay. Power. Nice. Nav lights. And the APU. That looks good. Gotta use any of this shit. What is this guy? Yeah, because I know what that stands for. And on. Good. Alright. Let's see if I remember how to use Beyond A-10C. Auto-tune radios. Oh man, we gotta do it the real way. 125325. Whoa. I don't have a 325. Guess we are auto-tuning radios today.
Altimeter tree 009er. Landing and departing runway 01. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information mic. Selfridge Ang Airport information mic. 1440 Zulu. Wind 045 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 8,000. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 21. Dew point 16. Altimeter tree 009er. Landing and departing runway 01. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information mic. Selfridge Ang Airport Information Mic. 1440 Zulu. Wind 045 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 8,000. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 21. Dew point 16. Altimeter tree 009er. Landing and departing runway 01. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information mic.
Oh boy. Pretty rusty at this. Let's try it out. Selfridge clearance. November 516 Bravo Romeo. Okay. Ready? Selfridge clearance, November 516 Bravo Romeo, IFR to Griffiths, Rome, ready to copy.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Selfridge clearance, cleared to Griffith Airport. Zetter for departure with the Tanko transition, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 132.35. Squawk 5346.
Okay, let's cheat. Clear to Griffiths Airport via the Zetter for departure with the Tanko transition, then as filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Departure on 132.35. Squawk 5346 for November 516 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, read back correct. Contact Tower 120.15 when ready for start or taxi.
One 120.15 for ground when ready to taxi. November 516 Bravo Romeo. Thank you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Go back, go back, go back. Frickin' keyboard. Hmm. 600 feet. That's the flight. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to go with fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the fuck it, I think. That sucks. Oh well. Alright, got our clearance. Hop on ground. It's combined. Yes, we're ready for start up here. Get our booster pumps going. Get our flashes going. Let's try it out. Ready? Quit looking at your iPad. Oh yeah, I can do it on that. Let's start this motor Well, that's cool. 5, 3, 6, 4, 6. Let's see if we can edit that. Mode. See? Hello, new. I don't know. Whatever. Good enough. Alright. One engine's going. Ugh. No. This button. Wait, where'd it go? Is it over here? There it is. Boom. Nice. Okay. I don't know how well this is going to work. Let's see if can I put that departure procedure in? Gotta do that. Gotta do that. Ah, If our departure, the Zetter 4, the A-10C. Yeah. I'm going to Flocka Zetter-Tanko. Okay, yeah. Okay. I'm going to hit up Flocko. Let me approach. I don't know. Just do direct for now. Alright. What's this? Send. Avionics. Right? How do you do that now? What's this? Did it actually go to avionics? Is the fuel all the way up? Yeah, it is. Okay. That's, I think it used to be that little thing. Must have changed it. I think I sent it. Okay. I think so. Let me verify with this. change yet. So, no. I don't know. Alright, let's get our, see if the alias has changed, and then let's get out of here.
You have information, Mike. Selfridge Ang Airport information, Mike. 1440 Zulu. Wind 045 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 8,000. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 21. Dew point 16. Altimeter tree 009er. Landing and departing runway 01. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information, Mike. Selfridge Ang Airport information, Mike. 1440 Zulu. Wind 045 at 7. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 8,000. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 21. Dew point 16. Altimeter tree 009er. Landing and departing runway 01. Read back all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information, Mike.
Okay. Go. Selfridge Ground, November 516, Bravo Romeo, with information, Mike. Ready to taxi.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Runway 1 taxi via Bravo, Alpha. Hold short runway 1.
Taxi to runway 1 via Bravo Alpha, hold short, runway 1, November 516, Bravo Romeo. Oh, my view controls aren't working. Frig. What the heck? What the heck? You're... The view axes. Where are you? Where were you? Cockpit view. X. Yep. Y. No. Yep. That. Why isn't it saving? Cockpit reset, 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 reset. Oh my god, no, not that. Blech. Being a pain in the bootski. Oh, because I did translation, because I'm an idiot. On me. There it is. View. No, not lockable. Oh, come on. I don't even know what that means. I think my mouse is dying. Ugh. Oh, no wonder why it hasn't been charging. Got ripped out. Oh boy. Let's knock over everything here. Where are you, good buddy? Where are you, good buddy? Let's play Find the USB. What the frig is it? Ah, real pain in the balls, you know that? Okay. Will it charge? It will. Okay. Ugh. Where was I? Frustrated Batman voice. What is going? Oh, this again. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay. How did all this shit get reset? Oh my god. this is fun. Yeah? Yeah? Doing it now? Okay. Jeez. Jeezums. What the heck was my taxi clearance again? Who cares? Let's get out of here. Taxi lights on. Brake stands on. Parking off. All our little things set. Flaps. Whoa, where are you going? Damn it. Alright. What the heck was it? Bravo Alpha holds short of 1. Oh, airport diagram. There it is. Okay. Let's go. Get the departure plate open somewhere. See what the heck I'm doing. The heck is this airport again? A-10C, I think? Oh, Tango Charlie. Okay, net converge. Yes, got it. What was it? The Z4, that's right. Z4. All right. I'm heading 007, there's a sign. Then turbojet departures at about 280. Okay, tanko transition. Work climb maintain 5,000. That's 049 to Zetter. Okay. Zero 49 is that way. This is saying that way. That's not good. We'll see.
All aircraft be advised information November now current. Altimeter tree 012. November 516 Bravo Romeo. Cross runway 1 at Bravo. Continue taxi via Alpha.
Cross 1 at Bravo. Continue via Alpha for November 516 Bravo Romeo. Whoa. Where are you going, buddy? Well, at least you got your amber beacon on. That's good. Selfridge Tower, November 516, Bravo Romeo, IFR to Rome. Ready for takeoff, runway 1. That's not how you say that.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, O Selfridge Tower. Wind 055 at 5, fly runway heading. Runway 1, cleared for takeoff.
Fly runway heading, runway 1, cleared for takeoff, November 516, Bravo Romeo. Alright, fly runway heading, going to 5,000, and that's a right turn, 049. Okie dokie, Smokey.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Detroit Metropolitan Wayne departure.
Contact departure 6 Bravo Romeo. Detroit departure November 516 Bravo Romeo 010 4000
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Detroit Metropolitan Wayne departure. Good day, radar contact, cleared direct FOCA, resume the Zetter 4. Climb and maintain 17,000 feet.
Clear direct FOCA, zoom Zetter 4, climb maintain 17,000 feet, 6 Bravo Romeo. What was the first one? See ya. Buffalo is over there. Wrong way, buddy. Make it right. Let the iPad go.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Cleveland Center 127.7.
127.7 for 6 Bravo Romeo. Cleveland Center, November 516 Bravo Romeo. 16,000 for 17,000.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Cleveland Center. Good day. Climb and maintain flight level tree 50.
Try to maintain flight level 350, 6 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Toronto Center 134.375.
Over to Toronto, 6 Bravo Romeo.
Negative. Toronto Center on 134.375.
Over to Toronto Center on 134.375 for 6 Bravo Romeo. Toronto Center, November 516 Bravo Romeo, flight level 322 for flight level 350.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Toronto Center, radar contact.
Toronto Center, Brickyard 4494. Good day. Flight level 290.
Brickyard 4494, Toronto Center, radar contact.
This thing's in my waypoint one still.
Brickyard 4494, contact Cleveland Center 132.25.
Contact Cleveland Center 132.25. Brickyard 4494.
Oh, I'm fucking cute, that's why.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, you were assigned flight level 350. I show you at flight level 339er. Climb to flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350 for 6 Bravo Romeo. I'm sorry, the pig doesn't want to fly this high.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, contact Toronto Center 135.3.
135.3 for 6 Bravo Romeo. Toronto Center, November 516 Bravo Romeo, flight level 350.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Toronto Center, radar contact.
Toronto Center, Jazz 970, descending via NACBO 6, flight level 309er.
Jazz 970, Toronto Center, radar contact. Toronto Center, Delta 2648, flight level 373. Delta 2648, Toronto Center, identified. Continue descent to flight level 350. Continue descent to flight level 350, Delta 2648. Brickyard 3406, turn right, heading 080.
Oh, good point. Well, go get somewhere. Yard. Box. Still not correct, buddy.
Turn right, heading 080, Brickyard 3406. Delta 2648, contact Cleveland Center 132.4. Center on 132.4, Delta 2648. Lindbergh 4484. Turn right. Heading 090. Climb to flight level 360. Turn right. Heading 090. Climb to flight level 360. Lindbergh 4484. Lindbergh 4484. Clear direct Durlow. Resume navigation. Roger. Heading direct Durlow, then resume navigation. Lindbergh 4484. Thanks.
These aren't lined up at all. Yeah, this is not an IFR plane. So, yes, just deactivate. Oh no, wait a second. Your web's up there. Oh yeah. Oh, it is messed up. It's moving around. Directives. Oh, it's like directives. Wait, waypoints. What? Okay, well, at least I figured that out. This is all messed up. Now you're gone.
Toronto Center, Flexjet 603, flight level 290.
FlexJet 603, Toronto Center identified.
Received it.
Brickyard 3406. Contact Toronto Center 134.375. Contact Toronto Center 134.375. Brickyard 3406.
Right over Bufftown soon. Pretty cool. That's useless.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Toronto Center 128.275.
128275 for 6 Bravo Romeo.
Negative, Toronto Center on 128.275.
128.275 for 6 Bravo Romeo.
Negative, Toronto Center on 128.275.
128.275. Correction, 128.275 for 6 Bravo Romeo. Toronto Center, November 516 Bravo Romeo, flight level 350.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Toronto Center identified.
Quebec, oh. Boys, don't be Quebec. Ontario. Yeah, right. Turn on us.
Delta 2835, contact Cleveland Center 132.4.
Center on 132.4, Delta 2835. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Seaport like here. Here. Should put it in here.
Toronto Center, Jazz 970, descending via NACBO 6, 12,600.
Jazz 970, Toronto Center identified.
think we have enough fuel. Ontario. Uh-oh, this thing's entering Canada. Uh-oh. Intercept now.
Jazz 970, contact Toronto approach 133.4.
Contact Toronto approach 133.4, Jazz 978. Toronto Center, chart right whiskey X-ray, flight level 216.
Shot height whiskey X-ray, Toronto Center identified.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Toronto Center, identified. November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Cleveland Center 125.2. Have a good day.
125.22 for 6 Bravo Romeo. Cleveland Center, November 516 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Cleveland Center, Roger.
Buffler. See you later, Buffler. Let's have fun down there. Look at New York, how you going? There's that Troy. November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Cleveland Center 125.875. 125.875 for 6 Bravo Romeo. Cleveland Center, November 516 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Cleveland Center, copy.
I should listen to some live A-10C again.
Cleveland Center, Sun Country 1124, flight level 280.
Sun Country 1124, Cleveland Center, radar contact. JetBlue 2040, contact Cleveland Center 127.475.
Center on 127.475. JetBlue 2040.
Frosty Bravo Golf, contact Cleveland Center 127.475.
Contact Cleveland Center 127.475. Frosty Bravo Golf.
American 630, contact Cleveland Center 127.475.
Contact Cleveland Center 127.475. American 630.
Oh yeah.
Cleveland Center, Delta 2648. Flight level 350.
Delta 2648, Cleveland Center.
Oh boy.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Cleveland Center. Expect radar vectors, runway tree.
Expect radar vectors in the runway 33 for November 516 Bravo Romeo. I'll take it.
516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Cleveland Center 27475.
27475. For 6 Bravo Romeo. Cleveland Center, November 516 Bravo Romeo, flight level 350.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Cleveland Center. November 516 Bravo Romeo, Griffith Landing runway 33.
Runway 33 for Griffiths, 6 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, descend and maintain flight level 270.
Flight level 270 for 6 Bravo Romeo. 270, down we go.
American 630, contact New York Center 133.35. Contact New York Center 133.35, American 630. Have a good one. SkyWest 3893, turn right, heading 280, climb maintain flight level 230.
Turn right, heading 280, climb maintain flight level 230, SkyWest 3893.
West 3893, turn right, heading 280, climb maintain flight level 230. Turn right, heading 280, climb maintain flight level 230, SkyWest 3893. November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Syracuse Hancock approach 127.425. Have a good flight.
7.425 for 6 Bravo Romeo. Thank you. Syracuse approach November 516 Bravo Romeo, flight level 270.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Syracuse Hancock approach. Altimeter 3007. Expect the visual approach runway 33.
Expect visual into 33. 6 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Altimeter 3007.
Descend and maintain 4,000. 6 Bravo Romeo. falling, man. Look at this. Wow. Holy crap. This vector? Whoa. Well, that wasn't me. That was.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Turn left, heading 080. Vectors for the approach.
Turn left 080. November 516 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Descend and maintain 2,700.
Descend and maintain 2,700. 6 Bravo Romeo. Right over
November
here.
516 Bravo Romeo. Turn left, heading 020. Intercept the 33 localizer.
Turn left 020. Intercept the localizer for runway 336 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Airport is at your 10 o'clock 12 miles. Report the field in sight.
Field in sight for 6 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Cleared visual approach runway 33.
Cleared visual 336 Bravo Romeo.
Negative, cleared visual approach runway 33.
Cleared visual approach runway 336 Bravo Romeo.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact Griffith Tower 118.1. Take care.
118.1 for 6 Bravo Romeo, thanks. Griffiths Tower, November 516 Bravo Romeo, visual runway 33.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, Griffith Tower, wind 285 at 7, runway 33 cleared to land.
Runway 33 clear to land, November 516 Bravo Romeo. Whew. Way too much, way too much. Whoa. Wow.
November 516 Bravo Romeo, exit left at Alpha.
Left at Alpha, 6 Bravo Romeo. Huh. Made it.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Contact ground 121.9er. Take care.
Ground point 906 Bravo Romeo. Griffiths ground, November 516 Bravo Romeo. Clear of runway 33. Request ramp 65.
November 516 Bravo Romeo. Welcome to Griffiths. Ramp 65 taxi via Alpha.
Via Alpha to ramp 65. 6 Bravo Romeo. Woohoo! Made it. Made it. Fresh air. Whoa. Quiet. Welcome to Griffith. Yeah. Made it. It's awesome. Trees are great. Very cool. Wow. Made it. Still shit ton of fuel. Holy crap. What up, Rome? 20-year-old nose hangers. That was pretty sick. Oh, maybe do some VFR zipping around later. Check out the Adirondacks, all this foliage. Ooh, check out Fort Drum. Maybe there's a range practice gun running on. I don't know. That went okay. I wonder if I should get the DCS module. What's up, millionaire? What's up, T-hangers? Don't want to eject now. Oop. Oh, that means armed. No, lock them. Lock. Yeah. Crap, had my ejection seat off the whole time. Oh, geez, here we go again. What's up with this game and the cars on the taxiway here? Buddy. Buddy. What are you doing, buddy? Yeah, A-10C worked really well, actually. That's pretty cool. Yours hurt, though. What's up, guys? Don't mind me. I'm just in an A-10, that's all. No problem. Alright. Go park this thing where the B-52 used to go. Is this where the B-52 used to stick their nose in? Maybe it's down there on the road. Yeah. I'll stick in one of these T-handles. Alright, park anywhere, buddy. Okay. We do have a power plant on the base. Wow, look at that. Alright. Should be okay right here. Nice. Boom. Got that. Alright. Turn off the boost pumps. Anything else on that needs to be turned off? Besides the motors. Kill the generators. Kill the inverter. And kill the... Oh yeah, lights. Kill the fuel. There we go. Oh, that should be safe. Nav lights off. Beacons off. And finally, all the power. See ya. Okay. That's it. Ate it. Nice. That's pretty fun. This thing does have no drag. It's weird. Warning. Okay. That was a good time. Alright, I'm going home. See ya.